Hey guys, Jared here with SCK Racing, and we're back with the Focus Project. As a side note, it's Christmas Eve and I have the coronavirus, so that's just dandy. But things you might have missed, or you did miss while off camera, is I went ahead and took care of the timing belt and accessory belt, along with the new front passenger motor mount and rear dog bone motor mount, as well as installed the massive brand underdrive pulley, which I think I can get a good view of. There it is. Nice shiny purple anodized goodness. Purple wasn't my color, wasn't my choice. It's Mass's, it's their custom color or whatever. But that's all that's been taken care of off camera. It was just kind of tedious work that just took forever, and I didn't feel like filming because I was frustrated with that half the time. But I know how to do my timing belt now, so there's that. On to suspension. We're still planning on doing the Megan Racing coilover set. Still sitting here since, um, months and months ago. And as you saw in the last episode, we took the rear subframe out and chucked it because it was past where I wanted to deal with it. And I know some people had an issue with that. I know some northerners particularly had some issue with how little rust there was on that, but there was, trust me, there was rust inside of it to where I didn't want to fucking deal with that. And I've heard the grievances. I'm sorry, but it's gone. It's long gone. But new subframe. And along with this new frame came the bright idea fairy for the rear suspension, because there's a guy that I'm now in contact with up in Washington who has been rallying his Focus, and he's made a bespoke setup for his in the rear using a bunch of high-end joints and custom work, and it's a lot more durable, it's a lot safer, and it's a lot less maintenance than this stuff. Not that this stuff is a whole bunch of maintenance, it's just you don't have to worry about OEM stuff breaking down as often because it's easily replaced high joint linkages. I'll put some pictures somewhere here about like the examples I'm talking about. But he does custom trailing arms, and he has gone in and boxed out the hookup point for the strut so you can put an actual McPherson strut in the rear. What I'm talking about is over here. These guys are the the struts from the rear, and these go separately from the coils. What he has done is allowed you to take a not custom, but a standard McPherson strut like this and put it in the rear, so these aren't separate. So you get a better articulation and better adjustability that way. But we're in talks right now, getting me a set from Washington, a set of very heavy metal things. So, woo. But on the plus side, new hubs. These are 4340 chrome moly heat treated steel, courtesy, well, not courtesy, I paid for them, but courtesy of Rocket Machining and Design of Michigan. And very nice units, along with his recommended ARP wheel stud setups. The rears are nothing special. They are just Moog setups with replaced studs. So next plan financially is to finally change out the brakes and get new ones. And God, I'm sick of looking at those. But turning the cores into O'Reilly's and getting new calipers back and having those powder coated. Speaking of powder coat, this is most likely getting blasted and recoated, so I'm absolutely sure it's entirely protected. And probably going with a gloss black, even though it's already black. I get it, it's dumb, but it's my car, so there's that. But anyways, go with gloss black on this because the LCAs, the toe, and the camber arms are all going to be composition orange. And then the hub or spindle, it's going to be gloss black. And then the brakes are going to be powder coated orange. So I'm going with kind of a theme here. Should be nice. And expensive. Anyways. Did I mention I had the Rona? Anyway. And in terms of the front end, I did in the past say that I was going to tear out the front subframe and get a new one, have it coated and all that crap. And that's going to happen eventually. But seeing as how I've had the car for almost a year and I've not driven the damn thing yet, I kind of want to get it on the ground. So instead of getting the 5-acre Focus front LCAs, which are available right now, we're just going to go with this for now. We're going to leave the subframe as is for now, and we're gonna send it again for now. This will all be torn out and redone eventually. I just don't feel like doing it right now. I want to drive the damn thing. I miss having a project car I can actually fucking drive. But I think that's about it for the update. I do still need to get a new ABS sensor here because Brandon broke that one, but whatever. Hey guys, back in the garage, and I'm going to be working on the subframe today. I'm not sure if this is going to go in the video, but on the subframe there's a lot of slag. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of slag and sharp corners on the frame itself that I'm just going to try to clean up and make more appropriate of a surface for the powder coat. So here we go. This video will be kind of just to show more clearly what I'm doing. So on the frame here, when it's made, they don't care about the slag and offshoot metal that's made, because of course it's under the car. So I think it just kind of looks really bad. So we're just taking a flathead and, well, I can't do it with one hand, but we're just knocking those off with a hammer. Of course, it is taking off paint, but she's getting sandblasted and recoated anyway, so it's okay. Okay, well, that took a lot less time than expected. I mainly just went through and got like the obvious slag that's not gonna make it off when they sandblast it from the majority of the places that you're gonna actually see, which is under here. Mainly this back bar is the kind of face of it when you look at it from under the car from the rear. So I wanna make sure this was kind of as clean of blemishes as I could be. There's still some right there. Might have to do a little bit more work on it, but I got a majority of what I wanted to get off, so that's it for now. All right, update from the Focus for today. My buddies came over and verified that I didn't fuck up the timing. And then we started it up, as you can see here. Cut to that. No, do it. Cut to that. Do it. And we also, underneath here, very expensive headlight, not plugged in or bolted in. We tried to start cutting off the cat so I can go off-road pipe, straight pipe through the rest of it, and didn't go too well. I need to get a grinding wheel and might as well get my own grinder. More tools for me, yay. And over here on the bench, we have some nice, new, shiny, drilled and slotted rotors from R1 Concepts and ceramic pads. There they are. Super happy with these. I made sure they were the right ones this time. I matched them up, don't worry. They're good. These are going on the car eventually. Subframe's still ready to get painted. I have the toe and camber arms here waiting on the custom swing arms. All right. You might be thinking, why is there paper on the fucking hood? That's because I've got in contact with Race Lubers, racelubers.com to be exact, and I've worked out a deal to where I'm gonna buy their louver set for the car. Louvers, if you don't know, are vents for your hood. They help with downforce a bit, and they help with venting out excess heat out of your engine bay to keep your temps at a reasonable level. Race louvers have been gracious enough to agree that once I get my vents, cut the holes for the vents and get the vents, they're gonna set up the, are they gonna set up or I'm gonna set up? We're gonna set up a day where we're gonna go to a wind tunnel and do some downforce testing and stuff like that. And they're gonna bring all their vents and stuff and try out different combinations and get their data. And they're gonna help me get as many runs as I can with the Focus to get a baseline for how much downforce and where the lift's happening and stuff like that. But to do that, I need to modify those to accept the splitter. I need to have my buddy Brandon make my splitter. And I also need to get some frame mounts for said splitter. So I might be looking into getting a skid plate to make that a lot easier, but we'll see. And that's not gonna happen for a bit because money. The wind tunnel I'm going to is a nice facility. There's two different facilities in Charleston, which is the closest kind of area to me. One has a $2,000 an hour minimum, and the other has a $500 an hour minimum. The $2,000 place has a rolling road and stuff, so you get more dynamic airflow and stuff like that, but we're not at that point just yet. So the plan is to use the $500 place, but they have a 2-hour minimum. 2-hour minimum, so that's $1,000 right there. On top of me getting the different vent sets. They only need me to get one, but I'm gonna get them all because I can. And I like mixing stuff up. So that's, I think, $1,500 to $1,800 for all that, for the vents alone. And then I'm also going to be paying a crew of my friends, Project 51, who I have helped in the past for a few of their filming stuff. I'm paying them to come film the whole thing, so I don't have to worry about fucking holding a camera while I'm figuring out my arrow and stuff like that. So that's going to be not too pricey. I mean, it's your friend's rate, but still, I mean, I'm giving them a reasonable rate for their time and their expertise. That won't be happening for a bit because she's going on the road first. But that's just kind of a preview of things to come. All right, just real quick. I'm not a professional by any means, but I'm also not fucking retarded. So if you ever are doing grind work like this, or if you're wanting to grind in your car, cut in your car with fire, make sure you have a fire extinguisher and make sure that thing is certified for use in a vehicle. Don't be cutting and shit on a car without one. All right, time to grind the studs off of the exhaust flange underneath. And before I do that, I'd like to remind you all that we are partnered with Raise Energy. So go ahead and go to repsports.com and use our coupon code for 15% off SDK Racing. Use the code on checkout. I think it works on most things, especially the drinks. 15% off. It helps us out, helps you out. So go check it out. All right, two quick things before I continue grinding. This is day 2 now. I know I mentioned the fire extinguisher that's over there on the wall. Also, make sure you got a pair of safety squints. These are a prescription. You can get normal ones if you don't have glasses or whatever, but make sure you got a pair before you start grinding, because a grind disc in the eye is gonna ruin your day. Second thing, I know I explained what I was doing in grinding off the bolts and stuff. I didn't exactly explain why. So basically, I'm getting an off-road pipe, which is basically a straight through pipe to decap the car. Takes away the catalytic converter, makes it a bit more loud. Doesn't do a whole lot for performance because I'm still naturally aspirated, but I'm going for more loud right now, so that's what we're doing. Oh, and I'm also going to be replacing the flex pipe, so if I cut that today, that's why. So. All right, so I was gonna try to finish grinding out that one bolt today and be done, but through some rummaging around with the vacuum. I found something. I found our rat's home. So this is a tray that sat here. This is just a scoop to keep water from going into your cabin air filter and stuff. But as you can see, our little rodent friend was living in it. So that's piss, which I'm super happy about. But onward to where it was resting. You know, we got some chewed on foam here, but that's not a big deal. What is a big deal is that little white bit you can see down there is the top of my blower motor for my AC. And just in front of it, right down the grate, is a layer of shit. Literal shit and piss. So, fixing that is going to be the rest of this video. Thinking more about it, I think it's a blessing in disguise that I found that, because I would have really been even more pissed if I had gotten this thing on the ground and out the door and on the road, flicked on the AC and spread all that shit throughout the AC unit. Silver lining, I guess, but it's whatever. On to tomorrow. All right, I couldn't wait till the morning. Anxiety was getting the best of me, and I wanted to figure out how much shit I'm in. Literally, that was not an intended pun, but whatever. I need a 4-way. I got camera set up, so we're gonna get into this. I'm just gonna rip the dash out. Not the dash, the glove box out in the panel, and kind of slowly take out the fan and hope I don't get covered in rat shit. So here we go. Hopefully the camera I have is safe. It's a magnet mount that I made, and it's like stuck through the, not through the headliner, but it's stuck on the headliner, magneted to the roof, so we'll see. All right, glove box is out. It was just three 7mm bolts along the bottom. I just put it back for safekeeping, and there's our blower area. And I'm slightly concerned that it's moist. Right there. Over here, it'll focus. There's a little bit of wetness. The plug also had some brown dampness on it. So overall, I'm just really looking forward to dropping this thing and seeing the contents. All right, I have the 3 bolts out that holds the blower in. I had to take another out from right there that holds like a secondary vent. But here we go. Oh my God, it's so heavy. Oh, that's so nasty. Oh my God. Oh fuck. Just gonna set that out of the car now. Oh. Can't see what's in there. Oh my God. Oh, that's grody. Fuck. I'm gonna have to clean all that. That's how you remove your blower motor, I guess. Next up, I had to take this full fucking thing out and clean it. Yay. Fuck this thing. I got it out after 2 hours of bending, prying, and snapping plastic. There she is. And like I assumed, the piss is localized to this area. It is in the seam here, but that's cleanable. And I can reach up in there and get all that. I might still take this upper portion down. Everywhere there was a clip, here, there, I just snapped the plastic, because there's these nice little hoops here and here that I can use to zip tie it back up into itself. I did break a portion of the plastic here in my prying, but I can just slap a piece of duct tape over that and it'll be fine. So I'm done for today because I think I deserve a rest. This thing's out. I don't know what this is, but I gotta get a new one, so yay! All right, that feels like a natural stopping point for today. I got the bottom bucket out, it's over there, and I got the vents back behind the heater core. I vacuumed all the shit that was out there. There's a picture of what it was before, and there's what it is now. So, happy about that. Over here, we have my dirty tools and gloves that are going to be retired after this. And our bucket full of piss. Well, not full, but you know, you get the idea. Old blower motor. Actually, more substantially heavier than the new. Nice and shiny blower motor. That will be going in once that gets cleaned and that little circuit thing gets replaced. I don't know what that is, but I will find it. And this thing gets zip tied back into place. All right, and that about covers it for today. Tomorrow I'm just gonna be cleaning, so I don't know if I'm gonna record that because it is just cleaning. I think that'll be a wrap on an episode. Once we get it put back in, that'll be it for this time because I discovered my clutch is leaking near the pedal. So that's something I have to deal with now. But, you know, old cars, it happens. Next you should see me putting it back together. Well, there I go, taking more stuff apart. Entire wiper assembly is out, and down here, both the top cowls and the front divider piece are out and sitting over there. Hopefully this is all I should have to take out now in the pursuit of ridding this car of what the rodent left behind. There is still some stuff in the main engine here, like the discoloration on the manifold here. That's obviously what you think it is from having a rodent in here. But this engine is eventually coming out, and the rest can be deep cleaned. This is just stuff that I felt I needed to do because it's right here and I could reach it. I'm probably gonna snip this grate so I can get my arm down in there and wipe that out because I cannot get that top bit out without completely just snapping it off. On over here we have the clean bits now, which cleaned up pretty nicely with some bleach spray and water. So all sanitized. In there, the upper part of that is still nasty, and I don't know if I feel like doing it tonight because I'm tired. This is the last clip you should see, hopefully. No fingers crossed this time. Before I put the blower motor assembly back in with the new blower motor and test the AC and get all this junk here all cleaned up and put back together. And if anyone knows of a drop-in mono wiper setup that can link to these without having to heavily modify stuff just yet, let me know in the comments. I would love to have just a single mono wiper and get rid of these double wipers. Plus for aero, you can have it dead center. But yeah, let me know if anyone knows of a mono wiper setup with some slight modifications that they've done or they've seen done. Link it in the comments. Okay, new blower motor is in, blower motor housing is cleaned, the ramp down into the housing is cleaned, and it's all put back together, which I'm just now realizing that I forgot to put the new resistor back in, but all I should have to do with, all I have to do for that is just take the glove box off again, which is just 3 bolts, and put it back into there, but that's for later. We can come around here and see the nicely cleaned cowl area. But all the plastics here have been cleaned and sanitized. I'm gonna get all new double-sided sticky foam for here to seal the filter housing, which has also been cleaned and prepped for re-adhesion to its position. But that's all being cleaned. I'm gonna get some foam for here to seal it up, so it's all gonna go back where it came from. I am still looking for a mono wiper setup, so if anyone has any details on that, let me know, because it'd be really cool to run a mono wiper. All right, and on to next episode. we are going to come in here and not take out the entire center console, but just this center section to clean up that slop, which is almost as much as when it's in neutral. I'm going to get all new shifter linkage cables and bushings and Delrin pieces from Alex the Machinist. But that's for next time. I don't know how long that'll take me, so I'm leaving it open for the entire episode. Could just be a 15-minute job. Could be a 2-hour job. Who knows? But I'll probably come up with something else to do on top of it just in case. The rear subframe is still not there, but is at powder coater currently. After which we will get the sway bars and front strut bar at the powder coater. And we will get the brand new, well, new, the remanned, but the new caliper setup to the powder coater to get it all nice and vibrant orange, or competition orange, as it were. All right, and I think that's about it. I might drop the front subframe as well, just to get the exhaust out, because my O2 sensors are bad, and I have an off-road pipe and a new flex pipe coming. Oh yeah, that's what I could do too, is install that exhaust that I started to install this episode and got completely sidetracked with filthy stuff. But yeah, that's it. Until next time, guys, take it easy.